My name is John Vella, and today I'm going to take you through a voyage through my history and the car I drive nowadays. So my job is a mechanic and a tow truck driver. I've been involved in motorsport since I was 20 years old. My family used to race before me. I grew up in the atmosphere of hill climbing, which is the sport that I practice nowadays. I started off racing a Fiat 128 in a minor class, moved on to a Peugeot 205 rally, and after a while I went abroad, started racing go-karts in 2009 in Scotland. Done quite successfully there for 7 years. I've won the 2009 Rookie Championship with karting in my category. In 2014 I came back to Malta, and I thought that it was the end of my racing career. But however, I still got involved with one of my friends, Fabio Baldacchino, who used to race a single-seater, and I used to go and help him on hill climbs. Asked me to move his car from point A to point B, and that was when I decided that I'm not done with motorsport yet, and I needed to get back into it. After a lot of struggles financially to try and get the money together, thanks to Mark McAuliffe from St. Paul's Bay, I managed to strike a deal to buy the car I race nowadays, which is a Formula Jedi F1000. It's a mass-produced single championship car in the UK by John Colby. The car was built in 1997. It is a 1000cc GS6R GP2 engine. It's got flat shifter, pedal shifter, it's got 4-pot brakes. The weight is very light, and that's what makes this car very fast. The car only weighs 330 kilos, excluding driver. The thing which helped me a lot when I switched to racing the Jedi was that when I was in Scotland, since I used to race karts, it helped me a lot in getting used to driving a rear-wheel drive car with high power. A lot of people tend to ask me, why did I choose a single-seater? Single-seater is the closest thing to a Formula One car that a normal person can afford. The amazing thing about a single-seater is not just the power, it's the cornering speed, which comes through downforce and ground effect. Downforce is something which pushes the car straight down to the ground. The faster you go, more downforce you'll get, which will give you more cornering speed. The important thing is that you don't overload with downforce, because that will kill your speed when you're on a straight line. Going through some of the events that I've taken part with the car, I've owned the car since 2019. When I brought the car, I thought that I would have a 3-year plan before I get to where I need to be. Year 1 was meant to be for me to get used to the car, which eventually was my maiden run in Imtahleb 2019. I had very steady pace, okay, although the times were a bit off, but that was not worrying me. After a few races, I started feeling comfortable with the car. In 2019, at the end of the season, I went to Rakamoto, which is a circuit in Sicily. We had a time attack event there, where I started very steady, and run after run, my time started dropping off. I had put in my mind that I wanted to do a 110. By the last lap of the last session on the Sunday evening, I managed to clock a 1989. I can't explain the happiness I felt when I saw that I've beat my own ambition. Now, on the straights of Rakamoto, the car managed to pull 200 kph. Even though my gearing was a bit off, where the car was a bit too high, and I wasn't using 6th gear. Unfortunately, due to the circumstances in the world, I was not able to travel to 2020, but the program of 2020 kept on going, as my plan for 2020 was to get closer to the front runners. After some upgrades, especially tires and engine upgrades, the first hill climb came late in 2020 due to COVID restrictions. I managed to close down the gap to about a second from the class. So it seemed like that I'm going in the right direction. Having one class win in Imtahleb in 2020, that meant that I was again still going on the right track. 2021 is the year we're in, and we're expecting to start racing in the next 2 weeks. The final upgrade to the car has been a pedal shift, which will allow me to change gears without removing my hands from the steering wheel. This should give us some more time as well. Let's hope for a better future. Now I'm going to go a bit in detail on the modifications which are on the car. First of all, as I said, the car has got a Suzuki GSX-R 1000 K7 GP2 engine. When I say GP2 engine, it means that the engine came from a bike which was used in GP2 racing. So the horsepower of the car is quite high. The car also has a flat shifter system, which is basically when you change gears, you don't use your clutch, and you just change from one gear to another flat out. The other thing that was added to the car as well is a blipper. The blipper is that when you're about to downshift, instead of pressing the clutch, as soon as you touch the gear lever or the shifter, the car will blip itself through the throttle, which will allow the dog box to engage the gear, going up or down. As I said before, the next upgrade, which is already in my hands, but due to not being able to test it, I have not fitted yet, is a pedal shift, which will allow me, as I said before, to go up and down in gears without removing my hands from the steering wheel. This will be much safer to drive and much more efficient. I will be able to reduce my gear shifts quite reasonably. The tires I use on the car are Avons. They are basically slick tires which give you full surface to contact with the road. These tires can only be used on racing instances, where on the normal road they wouldn't give you the necessary grip and safety to drive on. Another alteration I did on the car, which was a bit cosmetic and as well aerodynamic, the front end of the car was changed from a two-piece to a one-piece. The reason being that the middle section of the car used to be right under the front end on the car, but that used to look a bit old. So I've done a new front end, which is a complete one unit, which actually helps with aerodynamic flow, and even the cosmetics of the car are much nicer. Luckily enough, I have a good group of people around me which have given me help. We call them sponsors. I call them great friends. I would like to start by the guy who is actually giving us the place where to do this filming today, AMC Garage, Alan, who was my very first sponsor. He actually supplied me with a car to be able to tow my race car whenever it was, whether abroad or even locally. And then there is as well GP Group, which is one of my main sponsors. I would like to thank them officially from here as well. I have also Foxy Garage in San Juan. I have JJ's Takeaway in Birkirkara, which is the owner is basically Fabio Baldacchino, which is also one of my competitors, but still helps me out in sponsoring. That shows you that when you're racing, you don't need to be enemies. We are friends, we're a family. Racing starts when the visor goes down, when the lights come on. Once the lights are off and the race is finished, we are all one big family. We just love motorsport. I would like also to mention my personal photographer, Dylan from DLP Automotive, which follows me at every race I do, and he's always there to catch the moment. I also would like to thank Mark Micallef from Tony's Approved, which is the guy who helped me to acquire the car as well. I would also like to thank Foxy Bar in San Juan, which helps me a lot. And I would like to send out a big shout to a young man, which is only 5 years old, and he's one of my students in karting, Cody, from Cody 315 Racing, which is very well talented, and I'm backing him all the way. Another sponsor which helps me a lot, not financially, but backs me up in ideas, is Darren Camilleri from Hasso Engineering. He's a competitor of mine as well. He races a single seater as well, but still he'll go out of his way to help me out whenever I need any help. As well, one of my biggest sponsors. Unfortunately for 2021, I came into an agreement with Fortress Fitness, which is a fitness center in Sliema, where they've engaged a personal trainer for me, where I could get fitter, faster and stronger. But due to the COVID restrictions, the program had to stop. Hopefully in a few weeks' time, I'll be able to carry on with the program, and I can't stop thanking all of these sponsors for the help they give me. One last sponsor I would like to mention is Nick's Snack Bar in San Juan, which is always there to help me whenever I need his help. To all of you out there which help me, I appreciate and thank you very much. And my advice to whoever is watching this video, if you love motorsport, always back who backs motorsport. Use the sponsors of the guys that back us up. A lot of people notice that there is a name on the car, which is Spirit of Gaga. A lot ask me, why did I choose that name? This reason is simple. The person which taught me everything I know about racing, my late uncle Tony Vella, passed away a few years ago. And when I bought the car, I saw it only fit that the car should be named after his nickname, which was Gaga. So that's where Spirit of Gaga comes by. When I race, I believe there is two drivers in the cockpit, myself and him. If you enjoyed watching this video, visit Project Redline Malta, like the page and subscribe. And if you want to help out with more videos being produced, go to our Patreon page so that we can carry on doing more of these interesting videos for you.